Good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world of darkness, and welcome to Avacadabra, the mage venue. Today, scenes we'll see our violently friendly orphan going for one of her bars where she generally hangs out with her friends and her band. But nah, today she's not. She's not with the boys. She's just decided to go to this bar, uh, and she will just sit somewhere with a Jaeger bomb, just listening to the music generally playing around as she's looking at pretty much everyone that is in this bar. It's generally a bar that is frequented by the underground music scene of New York, so we can see different types of people, bearded metalheads, punks, some one or two probably hippies or something approaching, and this is where we will start our scene.
Ah, a entering the bar is a girl who is followed by a faintly sweet smell that stir fumes of marijuana as she comes in and scopes out the bar. She's looking for something, looking for basically looking for a dealer somewhere. She's had some weed. It's not enough. She wants more. Or um, a lonely loser who she can scam for a few drinks. But as she looks around, she feels somehow drawn to our to our little orphan in the corner. Maybe she thinks this is definitely convinced this is a dealer. In her own mind, she doesn't quite know what's pulling her over there. So she goes to the bar, ruffles through a battered bag, and gets a Jaeger bomb, two Jaeger bombs, and heads over to the orphan, or this girl sat on her own, plops the drink down in front of her, and sits opposite, and gives her best approximation of a friendly smile.
Uh, Violet has been pretty much occupied with drawings, a little bit of the people around the bar, and probably as you know, she's doing this and she hears someone sitting. She doesn't react immediately as she's drawn to her own little world until there's a voice inside her head saying, "Yo, yo, there's a hot chick just near you. You should totally take her up." And she just stops, looks up.
And Naomi is trying to look nonchalant. Hey,
Um, Hi.
so have a drink.
I'm going to still use this this damn familiar who's going to whisper, "She totally wants to bang you." And yeah, she looks at the drink and looks at Naomi, perhaps a little bit flustered, and uh, thanks, I guess.
Cheers. And Naomi tips the Jaeger bomb back.
Well, at least Violets know that it's to be polite, so she's she will yeah tap the drink and take a shot.
Good, so you fancy helping go out or something?
I'm sorry, what?
And Naomi reaches into a bag, and you hear the lips move. You almost see the lips move. 120.
Uh,
Naomi will feel a hand on her shoulder as she opens the bag.
There's a flinch and spins round.
It will be a very tiny Asian girl in a grunge-style jacket covered in tattoos. She'll sort of lean forward. Hey, the bouncer here is kind of a hard ass. You might want to take that outside.
And Naomi smiles at Violet. Sig break?
um, okay, but if you really want some, she's looking around and uh, I'm going to roll a fate die. Uh, she she looks. Uh, so I'm not selling anything, but the guy is not here. If that's really what you want.
I she Naomi will glance around. Then outside for a friendly chat. She'll say a bit louder.
Uh, yeah, sure,
Like no, she'll say like I'm just going out for a cigarette. Come with me.
sure.
And yeah, she'll head outside and kind of round the corner into the back alley. Roll up, um, yeah, roll orange cigarette up from a pouch in a bag, and wait for the others, or wait for the person she thinks will be some kind of dealer.
And uh, yeah, Violet will follow with her sketchbook because yeah, you don't leave your sketchbook with a lot of drawings 18 plus just in a bar. So yep.
Tomi's totally gonna follow too, because she recognizes somebody, from back in time.
Hmm. Yeah. When when both of them come out, Naomi will look at Tommy and be like, "Oh, hi."
Yo,
Don't mind.
So
Just get done and get out of your way. And she starts rummaging around in her bag again. One hand stays in there, and the other will pull out a now rather dirty wad of money. Help out?
what are you looking for exactly?
I'm open-minded. Good night.
Tomi shrugs, reaches into her bag, and grabs a little, rolled up, hand rolled cigarette. I have a few spliffs here.
And Naomi will look. How much?
Just take it. On the house for now.
Sweet. And Naomi will take it, light it up, and take a deep drag.
For her part, Violet look at those two persons, and she starts scratching her head, humming a little bit to herself, a little song as she's going to activate Prime Sight. Oh yes. So, entertain me. What does she see with Prime Sight?
What do you see with prime sight on a mage?
Yes, you will see that these two mages, or these two people, have quite a bit more quintessence flowing through them than normal people. They kind of glow a little bit. Tomi, on the other hand, is a bright, shining fucking beacon. A lot of it coming off of her jacket.
Naomi looks abnormally shiny, but nothing particularly special.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And yeah, she's taking note. Like, seen two more people today.
Hmm. Mm.
This isn't really the best place in town to go looking to buy. A lot of undercover cops in this area.
I would say depends. Sometimes Olmec is always here, but generally no one bothers him.
Pigs get everywhere.
He shrugs. Some places more than others, I guess.
Hmm.
So, is this the part where we all say, hey, we do the same stuff, and this is not a coincidence?
Naomi will raise one eyebrow, then close her eyes. Fuck. Please, no. Fuck. And just like knock her head into the wall of the alleyway.
Tommy raises an eyebrow. Everything alright?
Are you okay?
She will also activate Prime Sight. And yeah, that's success. She's hitting her head against a wall. No. No, it isn't. What does Violet look like with Prime Sight?
Mm, mhm. Uh, do, 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 do. Help me on this one, Shelby. Basically, with Prime Sight, you get kind of a feeling of the essence of your
Yeah.
avatar, or
Basically, the stronger your avatar is, the more quintessence you have in you, so the more you kind of glow. And you
Mhm,
glow more and more depending on how many like magical effects you have prepared
mhm.
on your person.
So, yeah, she's quite shiny, probably certainly not as shiny as Tommy, but she got those very vivid and changing colors around her head.
Mm. Fuck. Mm. Naomi will be like, well, nice meeting you both, and try and leave.
Nay, hold on a second. Tommy's not gonna grab at her, but she's gonna sort of like
Yeah.
step forward.
What? What? I don't need
Uh,
fucking crazy people setting shit on fire.
uh, you haven't finished your drink?
Who said we're gonna set anything on fire?
Mm. So who are you?
Um, I'm Violet.
Tommy sort of nods over at Violet and then waves herself. I'm Tommy.
Mm. I'm fuck it, Naomi. Mm.
It's nice to meet you.
Mm. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Violet looks at everyone and she's just going to whisper, awkward.
So more weird magical people. And
Tommy
she,
sort of brings a finger up as if to sort of imply shh. But
right.
she smiles.
Yeah, I'm kind of new to all this. Apparently there's rules. I don't really understand. What?
Yeah, well, welcome to the club. I mean, I just wake up and now I can't apparently talk in the street because apparently there's some kind of men in black that are after people.
If it
So
helps. Dude tried to rape me in a car and I set him on fire.
Tommy actually looks impressed. Oh, that's pretty cool.
If you want to call it that.
But no, I'm not here to commit arson. I was just getting a drink and recognized your face.
How?
I can explain somewhere a little more secure than... He sort of waves around at the alley around them.
Lead the way.
He looks over at Violet. You want to come?
Uh, she's she's looking at Naomi, then Tommy, like, sure.
Okay. How'd you guys get here? Ride, walk, drive, taxi?
She's going to laugh nervously. I don't take cars.
Any particular reason why?
I hate you so much. I hate you so much right now. I'm going to have to roll willpower. Yup. God damn it, why does every people that she meets triggers her PTSD?
Oh, dude, Tommy is the master at triggering PTSD.
So, yeah, as you ask the question, is there any particular reason why? You can see that she's starting to breathe in, breathe out very rapidly, and her eyes seems to be lost completely somewhere else.
Whoa, hey. And he's going to put her hand on her shoulder, and she's going to roll charisma empathy to try to calm her down. She's done this a million times with Maggie. Could I get, like, a reduced difficulty?
You're just going about this by normal means?
Yeah.
Because you've done this so many times with Maggie, I'm gonna go ahead and say you can roll at diff 5.
Okay. Ouch. She apparently is not well acquainted with Violet's specific form of PTSD, so she does put her hands on her shoulders and she's like, breathe in, breathe out, but it's not that comforting.
Yeah, right now she's just dropped she dropped her book and she's putting her hand on her ears as if she's not trying to hear something. And yep, she's just going to almost go feel. She's crying that she doesn't want to be in the car anymore, but she wants to get out.
If she's crying, don't want to be in the car anymore, want to get out, then Naomi will be just like, open the door. Open the door. Can I roll to calm her down?
Go for it.
I'd like to have an increased difficulty because Naomi will have a big ass smirk on her face.
Yeah, you can roll at diff 7 or 8, your choice, depending on like how badly you want to be at this.
Manipulation, empathy, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do 7. She thinks she's under the impression that Violet was raped in the car.
Oh dear.
So she's trying to calm her down. Just like, you can just get out of the car. Just push him away, get out of the car.
So, does this, how do we go for it? Do I reroll willpower to try and calm myself, or does her success allow me to at least calm myself? Ever?
Um, if you want, uh, you can go ahead and make a willpower roll.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and you can roll at a lower difficulty because of
Mm-hmm.
Duncan's one success. So you'll roll at diff 7 instead of 8.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, somehow actually, nobody told her, yeah, you can just open the door. Hmm. Well, that's a new one. But yeah, she starts to get a little bit together, and she collects herself. She's wiping her eyes. And yeah, she doesn't say anything. She just grabs her book.
Alright. We're gonna walk there. Okay.
She nods and she mumbles, "Walking is fine."
Naomi walks behind the other two with her hand still in her bag.
And, yeah. Assuming they're in Manhattan because, oh god, you don't want to walk all the way there from a different borough.
Mm.
Naomi is going to start leading them down the streets, hoping they don't encounter any random monsters.
Random monster encounters, no. But you do practically bump into this girl on your way out the door.
Oh shit. Excuse me. And Tomi will sort of step back and make sure that she didn't knock this poor girl on her ass.
Oh, don't worry about it. She looks much like she does in the picture, but her dress and shoes are absolutely filthy. And she's wet, like she's been out in the rain without an umbrella or a rain jacket or anything. Like, absolutely drenched. How, hey, wait a minute. Where'd you get that necklace?
Oh, Tomi will sort of hold it up. It was a gift from a friend.
Yeah, it came from that bookstore in Queens, right?
Yeah, really awesome place.
Oh god, I love that place. That's one of my absolute favorite places to go. Have you seen the stuff they have in the back?
Yeah, it gets really insane.
I bet you know Elizabeth.
Tomi grins. Yeah, you bet.
So where are you guys headed?
Tomi looks over at the two baby mages and then at the stranger. Oh, I'm gonna make a wits roll to see if she gets it.
Go right ahead.
Yeah. She smiles a bit. Looks around, leans forward. We're heading to the Woolworth building.
You mind if I tag along?
Tomi is going to check her out with Prime Sight.
With Prime Sight, you can see, you know, the energy that accompanies werewolves, that really vibrant, shifting energy.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at them with Prime Sight, she looks a lot like that, but no trace of any werewolfishness to her.
Hmm.
Just
Tommy,
vibrant, sparkling energy.
Tommy will glance over at the two baby mages and then at her. Sure. We're walking, if you don't mind.
I don't mind walking. I've been out all day.
Cool. So, how'd you find the bookshop?
One of my friends crashes there a lot. Well, I don't want to say a lot, but like they've taken her in a few times.
Yeah. It is a really nice place. My roommate loves it there.
Oh, your roommate hangs out there? Cool, I might know her.
Really? You ever met Maggie?
No. I guess she must be new.
He shrugs. Probably.
Well, next time I'm over there, I'll make it a point to stop by and say hi because, well, to be honest, I haven't been there in months. Actually, I haven't even been in Queens in months.
Really? Where you been hanging out?
Brooklyn mostly.
He nods. Brooklyn's pretty cool.
So, what about you two girls? And she'll turn to the other two.
I'm just trying to believe this isn't happening. I'm. Nope. 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 Fuck this shit. Fuck this shit. Fuck this shit. Here's the response you get from Naomi. She's still following.
Hey, it's alright. It's not as bad as it seems.
And coming from Violet, well, she looked at this woman and she got her eyes reddened by tears, and she just she's going to whisper, "I'm just here for a ride, I guess."
She nods very knowingly, as if she's familiar with both of these reactions.
Hmm.
Oh. Tommy sort of looks at the three of them as they slowly get closer to the building. All three of us meeting up here under slightly convenient circumstances.
It must be fate.
Yeah, must be.
Meh, or it's just my damn luck.
Yeah. Luck. Fate. Whatever.
Luck and fate are basically the same thing.
Yeah, some would argue that. It's all under one interesting sphere of influence.
Well, let's march down as we all spin around in the toilet bowl of the world.
Very poetic.
Very darkling.
Mm. Yeah, or just realistic, I guess.
Reality is not all that bad.
You could argue it's subjective. And she's going to lead them into the Woolworth building. Filthy Europeans. The Woolworth building is one of the largest buildings in New York. It's like a crazy fucking skyscraper.
There isn't it the original skyscraper?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
I forget the filthy Europeans are actually more educated on America than the filthy Americans.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, you're not filthy American for Duncan. You're filthy colonials.
Exactly. So Naomi follows her fellow. In fact, the druggy colonial looks up at the skyscraper and be like, right, whatever, and goes in. She finishes the cigarette first and stubs it out on the pavement.
And yeah, I literally follow the very, very enthusiastic girl because, yeah, actually, she's the only noble person around here.
And Dakota will follow last.
Considering it's the middle of the night, the Woolworth building is actually quite securely locked up, but it doesn't take Tommy more than a few seconds to produce a key and get them inside. The lobby of the building is, imagine the most obnoxious hotel lobby with gold and red and all of that just going on in there. It's like massive. But she is sort of not paying any attention to that and heading right to the elevator. She'll lock the door behind them, of course.
Well, elevator right, here we go.
Naomi will follow, but she'll specifically be scuffing her feet on the floor, so it marks the floor.
Tommy looks over at Naomi. Hey, I have to pay someone to clean that, you know.
You have to pay someone to clean that? Wow. Kind of feel bad for dripping all over the place in here. And she sighs, but, well, I can't really do much about it now.
It's no big deal. And, into the elevator they all go. It's a pretty long elevator ride up to the, 55th floor.
Yeah.
You two are newbies, then?
What?
Yeah.
Sort of points to Naomi. I saw you pop, but I don't know about you. He points over at Violet. And
I think everyone saw that her pop.
What?
Well, I mean, you read musical newspaper?
not really. Arts and music is kind of my roommate's thing more than mine.
Yeah, I fell off a building during
Really?
one of my concerts.
Oh shit, you're that girl?
Yes?
Huh. I should have figured if one of us didn't have a hand in it, it was one of us waking up.
Been happening a lot lately, huh?
Yeah. Wild talent everywhere.
You
So what
sound
about,
you sound like Mr. Sachs.
you know Sky?
Uh, yes, a little bit.
Nice. Back before he, let's say for now, he left for a job out on the East Coast. He's a really good friend of mine. Went to a few of his performances.
You mean
When
on the East Coast somewhere other than here?
Excuse me, I mean West Coast. I'll left and right sometimes, so please excuse me.
Oh, no worries. I think we all have days like that.
Yeah, when you mention that Sax has left, you can see that she just drops her drops her shoulder like, oh.
Hey, don't worry. There's always a chance he'll be back.
Yeah, besides, that dude has serious talent. He could take a job pretty much anywhere.
Seriously.
Hmm. She
And
nods.
finally, the elevator will ding. They will open up on some random floor in the 50s digits. And it'll actually sort of be like a really, really huge kind of social room. You know, big fluffy couches and all that everywhere. Televisions, there's like a bar nearby. To lead them in.
And yeah, she look at that. She's okay. She's thinking to herself, well, sure. Some people got a good life, while her familiar is saying, "Go for the bar, go for the bar."
Before getting out of the elevator, Dakota will take her pendant, rub it very, very quickly in between her hands without really saying anything, and she's dry again.
Now that is a useful trick.
That is forces.
One of my favorites.
How many people forget that much of the magic we use has actually practical applications? Like not having to walk around like a wet dog all night.
Are you implying that throwing fireballs isn't practical? He grins.
Under most circumstances, no. However, there are a few circumstances where it is not only practical but life-saving.
Getting drunk, clearly great. Clearly you've never spent a night under a cardboard sheet.
So, he sort of looks to the three of them, looks at Dakota. I'm assuming you're not a baby, so you probably have shacked up with a group of mages somewhere.
Yeah, I'm an ecstatic.
Oh, cool, cool.
Now,
So you probably do know Sky, like, better than I do, probably.
Not really. Like,
when you say that that she's an aesthetic, she she immediately got a look from Violet.
um, one of my, I guess, elders in the chantry, she was looking into him, trying to convince him to come with us. And then, well, like, he never was really into it. So that's kind of a bummer, but
Yeah, he was always tough to pin down. I tried to get him to stay here for a while, but she shrugged. flighty motherfucker.
I think he's one of those free spirits. You know? Like, he might adopt a way, or something that's similar to somebody's way, but never really join them.
Oh, shit.
Makes sense. So, what about you two? She looks over at the babies. You meet any traditions yet? Anything you like? Anything that resonates with you?
What?
Violet turns to
Third, and clearly the fourth.
I'm guessing these two are still wild spirits.
yeah. Violet turns to Naomi and says, apparently there are groups of mages, kind of like Hogwarts.
Yeah, you can think of it like Hogwarts houses. Maybe a little less strict, in a sense.
Mr. Edwin didn't really seem that open, even if he was nice.
Oh,
Oh,
shit. You met
Fuck,
Edwin.
you met Edwin?
He's a
Yeah,
grumpy. Don't pay him any mind.
I'm so sorry. He's, well, I'll be upfront and say I've never met him. I only know him by his reputation as a stodgy old Englishman.
He's not that bad. He's come to visit here once or twice.
Really? Huh, he's actually getting out of that massive fortress they've holed themselves up in since, what, 2-3 years ago?
Yeah, I don't think he ever really wants to leave that place. But she looks at the two babies. They're called hermetics. They're alright. You know, if you like the Gandalf style, you shall not pass type of magic.
Oh yeah, if that's what you think of when you think of a wizard or a mage. They're the people. They basically wrote the book on magic. And then they became pop culture somehow. Which, if you ask me, is kind of hypocritical.
He shrugs. I don't know. It would be cool to be pop culture, says the obvious goth person.
Naomi's just sit there, just like, what the hell? What? Okay.
So, a lot
a
of
lot of fucking crazy people out there.
a lot of fucking crazy people out there. A lot of them like prepare big speeches for when they find mages that don't know anything, but I don't want to sit here and like patronize you. So like, welcome to Hogwarts. She does a little flourish with her hands.
Great. I'll put on the silly hat.
I, on the other hand, do sort of have a speech prepared for these occasions.
Go for it.
Woohoo!
If the traditions are the houses of Hogwarts, then we, the ecstatics, are the Hufflepuffs. Everybody underestimates us because of how we're stereotyped. And, well, there is a reason why they call us ecstatics. We are...
Reality escapist?
That's a good way to put it, but it's not wholly accurate. Let me... I'm not used to having to give the speech to total newbies. Okay, so Your conscious mind, the playground, the bear trap. In it, everything that's real is contained, but also everything that's possible. So, when you expand your consciousness and rearrange your perception, you rearrange your potential because you're no longer bound by reality as you perceive it.
I've heard a lot of people say bullshit like that, like fucking I'm on LSD. You telling me those fucked up hippies are onto something?
Those fucked up hippies have been onto something. Those fucked up hippies have been onto something since way before those fucked up hippies became part of the counterculture in the 60s.
Well, just when I thought it couldn't get more.
That was when we had the most influence, but actually, we're the oldest path on Earth. Well, one of the oldest, anyway. I'm not exactly certain who actually is the oldest, but, well, sex, drugs, music, pain, pleasure, death, risk. Things most people shy away from. That's more or less what we pursue.
I like the fuck reality idea.
I kind of like the I want to see beyond reality.
No, fun shit.
Statics were pretty cool. You know, for a tradition. She winks over at Dakota.
Let me guess. You're one of those free spirits. Or you're one of the darklings. It's hard to tell these days. Ever since you left, you just seem to blend together.
Tommy just sort of waves. Yeah, I'm a darkling. Haven't heard that term in forever. But, yeah, I am a darkling that always seems to end up in the presence of a billion free spirits at once.
That is probably... Huh. Congratulations, you just may be an agent of fate.
Miami starts a
She
sarcasm.
doesn't look on her face like what Dakota just said was probably more true than she realizes, but she looks like she's trying to laugh it off.
Naomi gives Toby a slow hand clap, like, you must be very proud.
So proud, so proud. The official magical babysitter of New York.
Well, theoretically, there's a guy that's supposed to be scooping you guys up. He's doing a shit job of it lately.
Who is it?
What's his name? He's got a setup kind of like this in a hotel. The East Side. He's supposedly the savior of all the free spirits. Reclaiming a pejorative.
What's his name?
For his alliance. Soul something.
Huh. Sounds kind of familiar, but I don't think I've ever met the guy. I've been here a few months. Well, I've been awake a few months.
So he has been shit at his job for a long time then. Great. Well, his self-proclaimed job, anyway. But we don't need to talk about that because you, and you. She'll point at Violet and Naomi. You seem well, you're awake. How does it feel?
Naomi, currently kind of sprawled on a sofa with her feet on the arm. Spade. Pretty fucked up. Pretty shit.
Uh, I don't really know. On one hand, I've seen, I mean, I've seen an angry spirit trying to kill a lot of people.
I do like the talking rat though.
The talking rat.
Yeah.
You get a talking rat?
You have a familiar then, probably?
Mm-hmm. If that's what you want to call it.
Oh, so wait, you mean those uh those are a thing, familiars.
Yeah.
And Naomi lifts her hand out of her bag, which she's still holding the shank, but she's also got a rat on her arm.
Aw, it's pretty cute.
Aw. That's actually pretty cool.
Uh,
She looks at the shank. You're like, thanks. I made it myself.
That's an important skill to have in this city.
Yeah.
And for her part, Violet is thinking a little bit, and she's going to say, looking at one of the mirrors. You could have fucking told me, And basically, so I don't know how people are going to perceive it or not, but if they can see, there's another person in the room standing in the mirror. And basically, if they look and see this person, it's just Joey Ramone chilling on the couch, but on the other side of the mirror.
Tommy just kind of shakes her head. She's used to crazy shit. So, you both have familiars. That's a really good thing. Like, don't take those guys for granted. They're life-saving.
Yeah, no, they they they're really fucking awesome. Like, they can find information for you, and they can eat that nasty dark energy that reality sends back to hurt us when we push the boundary too far. But as long as you keep giving them that primal energy, quintessence, they're fine. In a way, it's kind of a jack to us. Like, we have all this quint, but no, reality still kicks us when we're down.
Because reality is a shit. But
Exactly.
what the fuck is quint? Or quint? Isn't that like
Quint-
mint?
Quint is the magical energy you have in yourself. It's kind of like fuel for when you really want to tell reality to fuck off.
You know Final Fantasy VII?
Yeah?
Quintessence is a life stream.
Hmm. Yeah,
In
or you
certain
can burn
places,
it, apparently.
it springs up from the earth. And someone who's skilled with, well, we call it the sphere of prime. It's basically the magic of magic itself.
Meta as fuck.
Someone who's skilled with that can pluck that energy in its solid form from these well springs, craft it into fabulous wonders. Or, if you don't have that skill, that's fine. Because just sitting there by that wellspring, whatever form it happens to take. I don't like the name node. People, when you say node, people automatically think this like giant glowy ball of light, but usually it's not. Sometimes it's a tree. Hell, there's a mall on the west coast that was built over a wellspring, and then eventually the mall became that wellspring because, well, people. Really hard to get from it. Unless you go sit at the food court and meditate there, then people look at you like you're weird because you've got a Big Mac and fries on a tray in front of you and you're just sitting there with your eyes closed like you've fallen asleep. But, oh yes, the point I was making. You can sit at these well springs and meditate and absorb that quintessence into your pattern. Not that you don't already have quintessence into your pattern. But, well, as a mage, you're going to be using that. You're going to be using it a lot, actually.
Right. Heroin's still a great way of telling reality to fuck off. I recommend it.
If you're going to go down that path, I'd recommend studying life magic so you don't end up, you know, a completely and totally dysfunctional addict.
Mine would probably help with that too.
Is there a way that I can go back 7 years instead?
Why, yes, in fact there is.
Huh. Meh, wouldn't listen.
But, generally speaking, that's not something you want to do. You start fucking with stuff in the past and it messes up shit in the future and... I hate dealing with time paradoxes.
Yeah, time is a big wibbly wobbly thing.
Looking at time.
Assholes think they can just go back in time and get the girl and... Or ace that test, or be the football star, and yeah, no. It doesn't work that way. Well, I mean, it does. You can do that. But it really messes a bunch of shit up, and you have divergent timelines, and it screws with our heads because we see all that shit.
You ever see that episode of Rick and Morty where they break the timeline? Basically, that happens.
Oh yeah, that one is fucked up.
Take your word for it all.
Sorry, I didn't quite hear that.
Naomi will be like, take your word for it all. So, say there's life magic and magic or whatever, prime, and yeah, types of magic. Do I have to go to a fucking Hogwarts class? Some little fairy gonna sit at a desk and explain shit to me?
Well, that's how you learn best. That can be accommodated, but I prefer to send people out to make their own messes.
Tommy nods. Yeah, you kind of learn by doing. And fucking up repeatedly.
I mean, like, if you want to go learn from books, go join the Hermetics. If you want to learn by experience, hang with me.
And she, Violet, raise a hand.
Questions?
Yeah, I'm not very interested in hermetics. I mean, I was kind of mind aggressed, or I would say mind read, but by a triangle in Edwin's mansion. So, I wanted to ask Mr. Sachs for more discussion about the ecstatic, but since he's gone, can I continue?
Sure.
Just before the questions, quick thing if I need to pay attention or not. How different is there another thing that is more
How different is what?
I think we might have lost Duncan.
Duncan! Yeah, he's he's tripping balls right now. He's chasing the dragon.
So, Tommy will, she'll look at the two babies and, well, since this has kind of become the newbie chantry, you're welcome to stay here. She looks over at Dakota, and you're totally welcome to come and go to teach them whenever you want.
Oh, if that's where they want to stay and they want to learn from me, I can make arrangements for that, but I don't know how long it'll last. Like, as much as I'm not a rules person, we do kind of expect the people we teach to eventually join us.
No problem. It's just an option, you know. Whatever you guys feel most comfortable doing.
I guess, I guess it makes sense to go to one place to do the maximum of things, and, well, is this like a contract where I kind of give away my soul by going with you? She, get this skeptical look.
Oh, no. That part doesn't come late. That part doesn't come until later. And she'll wink at Violet.
Okay, she's going
Think of
to
it.
she's going to open her book, which she already wrote things on, but she's not she's not writing in words, she's writing in notes, musical
Think of it
notes,
as
and
like
she adds not selling soul to people. Very important.
think of it more as like a trial run of a product. You know, you test it out, you see if it clicks with you, see if you like it. And if it does, it's only natural that you know, buy it.
Mm.
If it doesn't, then you go try something new.
Mm.
A lot of this is just experimenting and finding out what doesn't work.
Although, fuck, I hate to even say it.
Mm.
If you join a tradition and they don't work for you, you're not gonna leave with the knowledge they gave you about their sect. You're just not. It doesn't work that way.
So you get the mind erasement?
Basically, yeah.
You know the flashy thing from the Men in Black?
It's like that, but okay. Like, if you were to come and join us and start getting lessons about, and not just in magic, but you know, you decided you wanted to join us, then you'd start learning about us.
But
You'd,
does it
you'd,
mean, you know, does it mean joining I can't go see and hang out with Jade, for example?
I have no idea who Jade is, but if hanging with Jade is what you want to do, hang with Jade. We don't. Let me put it to you this way. We have less of an we're less of an organization and more of a loose structure. Don't really have a bunch of leaders. There's just a bunch of shit we tend not to do. Like, teach people and let them run off with our secrets. Because, no offense, I'm sure you're a sweet girl and you wouldn't take the information I gave you and sell it to some Nefandi or Marauder or some fucking demon or name some big bad scary thing. But still kind of a policy not to let your students leave with information they're not going to use.
Okay, but does it mean that if I or we join you, basically we have to hang out with just ecstatic?
Nah.
Because that
Hang out
feels
with other
like restriction.
mages. Hang out with other mages, hang out with sleepers, hang out with sleepwalkers. People that walk the line. People that dabble in Wicca and the occult. Just don't get in the way of your own enlightenment.
Really, the only people you're not allowed to hang out with are, like, people who want to kill us. But that's kind of common sense, isn't it?
Yeah, people who want to kill us, people who want to kill us, people who want to enslave us, people who want to eat our souls. I mean, it's a long list, but basically it boils down to don't be stupid and hang with the bad guys, stupid.
Mm. Oh boy, and here I wanted to join the Men in Black for the costume. I guess I will have to buy it on eBay or something like that.
You see, Dakota has a giant grin on her face. I like you. You make jokes. Humor is sometimes the best medicine.
Tommy nods.
Uh, yeah, beats medication.
Naomi, they're not really paying attention, mostly tuned out of the whole thing. Goes, so that's all great. Where's Team I Don't Give a Fuck?
Tommy raises a hand and waves.
That would be that team. And the people I keep calling the free spirits.
Yup.
Because I'm nice and I know calling them orphans is bullshit.
I don't know, some of them kind of like the name.
They like the name, fine. They can like the name. It's still a pejorative. It's like
Fair enough.
it's like being a woman and liking being called the C word, or being black and liking being called the N word. People are gonna look at you like you're cracked.
Well, it depends. Sometimes you can make them uncomfortable. It's fun to watch them squirm.
This is true. I hadn't thought of that.
But yeah, the free spirits, the hollow ones were kind of team I don't give a fuck. The team spirits, or the free spirits, really the main thing is they don't have the organization and that kind of support network that the other teams have. But a lot of them are survivors by nature. Like, they can survive anything.
You run into a vampire and you're a free spirit. All you've got to get out of that situation are your wits and whatever magic you've got.
Yeah, had the vampire not nice. Fuck that. Fuck that royally.
Tommy just kind of grins. I like that you accepted that there are vampires without even, like, questioning it.
Oh, I got the questioning bit, but it was when he drank my blood and then burnt to ash.
Oh shit, you killed a vampire.
Ouch.
Huh. And let me guess. Then you were awake and the world wasn't as nice a place as it used to be. Or were you awake? That was just when you realized you were awake.
Well, that was definitely the first time someone burst into fucking flames in front of me. And it wasn't long after the little girl started shooting lasers and trying to fucking become my mom. And yeah, the weirdest shit that happened before that was kind of foggy and not cool. So yeah, I guess that's when I woke up. That's what you want to call it. What can I say? Maybe terror works.
It works for a lot of people. So does having your life in danger. That makes those spirits that are bound to us, that makes them scared.
They care
Like-
about us, you know, in their own weird way.
Yeah, in their own weird, I have the infinite wisdom of the cosmos and I will bestow it upon you, but only when I feel like it way.
What dicks, right?
Right.
That are.
So you have a weird spirit. Everyone has the weird thing, mystic spirit they can't see properly following you around.
Basically. You do see it sometimes, you know, when it decides to give you little hints or tests. Or when it wants to smack you upside the head for being stupid.
Oh, hell yeah.
Right.
I was fighting with mine for 6 months. That was a
Maggie's
fun
grounded
time.
her a while back.
Really? Huh. I mean, of course, they can't really take our power away, but they can sure as hell make it harder to use.
Mm.
Right. So do what the weird Mr. Jack says, or it'll take all of my mystical power away and I'll just be a normal person.
Well, not really.
Only if you're being, like, belligerently stupid. Like, doing things that will get you killed.
Mm-hmm.
Or she sort of shrugs, killing people directly with magic. That's bad juju.
Uh,
That's super bad juju.
yeah, the good side is that generally it's bad to kill. Just common sense.
When you said doing stupid shit that get you killed, Naomi will be scratching her sleeve. But okay, yeah, killing people bad happened.
Uh, Also, apparently we need to be careful because sometimes our power are not very subtle.
Oh no,
I've been
throwing? Yeah. You got this lesson already.
yeah that reality is mean and doesn't like magic because reality is telling us what to do or some crazy fucked up whatever.
Reality is a cranky old bitch.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, uh, I've seen the guys from the other team, I guess. Uh,
There's
they're
another.
fucked up.
Other team?
What's the other team?
I think they're called the Technocrats or something like that.
Ah, yeah, the black suits,
Yeah.
the men in black, the
Pro
agents.
tip. If you hear the word reality deviant, it's time to get the fuck out of wherever you are.
Okay, they sound like fucking cocksacks. Okay. So, this team then.
Mm. Way back then, they used to be called the Order of Reason.
That's
They
lame.
gave knowledge and science to the masses.
How kind of them.
They're not. I don't want you to think of them as evil. There is evil in the world, but they're just wrong. It's like.
Basically, they're preserving the consensus of reality of the sleepers, even if that means killing their own people.
Yeah.
In addition to vampires and werewolves and changelings. Oh my.
And yeah, she turns to Naomi. So, apparently we can't go to Central Park.
Yes, that's good advice. Stay out of Central Park, especially after dark.
Because apparently it's full of furballs.
Mm.
Tommy looks extremely amused.
Like if you're there during the day, they're probably not gonna do a whole lot because, people.
So
Right.
if I go to Central Park at night, I'll be attacked by a fucking werewolf.
I don't know if they'll attack you straight off without asking any questions, but yeah,
They'll probably.
they'll know you're there. They'll know you're not human, and
They'll
can get messy
probably
really
just,
quick.
like, catch you, tie you up, and deliver you back to me with a note that says don't do it again. If you do it again, you'll probably get attacked.
Yeah, somehow the more and more I hear about this stuff, the more I'm thinking, wow, seems like my previous life was way simpler.
Dakota looks at Tommy, puts her head to the side.
Yeah.
You're
Well,
fucking one of them, aren't you? Or one of them's your brother.
Tomi looks at her, kind of laughs. We're pretty close.
You're fucking someone.
Tomi smiles and bats her eyelashes a few times.
Awesome. Why settle for normal run-of-the-mill sex? When
Exactly. But nah, a lot of them are my friends, so hopefully they're not kill on sight with us anymore.
yeah, just don't let the vampires bite you, cause
that fucking
On that note, yeah, fuck vampires for one. You can make friends with not mages, but if you tell them mage shit, so help me God.
oh god, yeah. They brought people down from the high council or whatever, didn't they?
There was a Kavadi that couldn't keep his yap shut. I think they started like mind wiping people and yelling at us and yeah, don't tell non-mages mage stuff. That's just shitty.
They yelled,
Especially if you're fucking them.
they
don't.
yelled at you. That must have been so shitty. Crazy fucking lady who fucks wolves.
Oh. When the mage council yells at you, it's less yelling at you, it's more pulling you into an interrogation room and scaring the shit out of you so you don't do it again. I've been a few times.
Luckily, I haven't.
Violet is totally not busy drowning sketches of Tommy and a werewolf.
Naomi turns to Violet and like, welcome to 50 Shades of Shitty.
Tomi looks at the drawing. She doesn't actually comment on it. She does not seem negatively impacted by this fan art. She just shakes her head.
Yeah, basically she's making a drawing that says "fuck vampires."
Yeah,
Um,
vampires, their bite, it does something to you.
It
And it
fucking hurts.
feels... Really? You sure you got bit by a vampire?
Okay, how many? Okay, right. I'll be totally honest with you. I could have just got bitten by a crazy fucking creep who was drinking my blood and not doing other shit which he could have realistically done at that point. And he had massive fucking fangs and he burnt to ash without any of his clothes burning.
That sounds very much like a vampire. At
Yeah,
least
not a
what I
sparkly
know
one.
of them. But, I don't know. Maybe... I guess maybe there's different breeds of them. Like, there's different breeds of mages and different breeds of fairies.
all different flavors of asshole, really. You don't want to deal with the vampires. If you have to, you want all the backup you can get.
Yeah, and you want to make sure you're not dealing with the ones who are just really gung-ho to kill everything.
So, can we just conclude that we just don't encounter vampires, and if we do, we get the fuck out? Like,
Well,
That's
I
a
don't
good
think
way to do it.
Like, no lie. Vampires are shady as shit. And there's some of them that would probably kill you just for being a mage.
I mean, isn't that just simpler rather than thinking there's that type of vampire, there's that other type of vampire who apparently not only want to hit you but to kill you, which to me kind of sound like the same, and just say fuck vampires and just there's no need to go beyond that.
Yeah.
Quick question from the floor. How do I find out that someone's a fucking vampire? He looks like a normal dude.
Yeah, I would
A
concur to
lot
that
of different
question.
ways.
With your you can use your eyes to see their aura. That would be what, mind? Mind or
Oh.
spirit?
Mind and spirit both seem to work for that.
But you can see their aura, and it looks. If you're just looking at them on their own, it's like, oh hey, you might not notice it. But if you're looking at them in a crowd of normal people, they're the ones, the auras that look kind of dim, like fading light.
Mm.
Right.
If
You have
if you have life magic and you use your eyes,
Mm.
well, they look dead. They're up, they're walking, but they don't really have a heartbeat. They're not really breathing. They don't really have blood pumping through their veins. They're walking corpses.
forces magic, they're room temperature. You don't see many people who are room temperature.
Huh, never thought of that.
Mm.
And with matter, they, weirdly enough, they look like objects. Like, they don't look like people.
That makes a strange kind of sense. I mean, an apple, once it's rotted, isn't a living thing
Use magic.
after you off the tree, but it just slowly dies and rots away until it becomes literally nothing but matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh,
And fairies. Anything else I need to watch out for?
um. Oh.
Fairies
I got one.
probably aren't gonna hurt you.
God.
The worst a fairy will do is fuck with your head a little, make you forget things. They might set your house on fire. Tomi looks like she's speaking from personal experience with that last part.
Right.
Set your house on fire?
Fuck.
What,
Fuck
did one
off.
of them sneeze in here?
Tomi just kind of rolls her eyes. No, my roommate got in a dick waving contest with one once, and then he set our house on fire, and then we had to put it out, and she waves her hand.
So, you're fucking a werewolf. Your roommate is also a wizard who hangs out with fairies. They're kind of some magical bar you guys all fucking go to. Like the one that all the cops go to, the one that all the fucking gangsters go to. Is there one that's just full of freaking magical weirdos?
Well, I don't know
Kinda.
of one that's just full of magical weirdos, but name a bar. Basically, name a bar that's not in Manhattan, and yeah, it's probably full of magical weirdos. There would be normal people there too, but it's probably filled with magical weirdos.
In Manhattan, it's probably full of vampires.
Also, spirits, they're a real thing.
Oh yes,
Yeah?
they're very real.
Yeah,
Spirits are...
I hugged one. It was weird.
Spirits are kind of dangerous. Like, it's not just ghosts, right? Like, there's literally, name a thing, and there's a spirit of it. There's owl spirits, there's death spirits, there's tree spirits, there's street spirits.
You guys killing my bars, does anyone have anything on them that might help me comprehend this bullshit?
Tomi gestures over to the fully stocked bar.
Dakota goes behind and starts. She grabs a few different bottles, vodka, tequila, whiskey, pours them all into a glass. Or,
You're making everything hard mixed together. Naomi will wait, otherwise she'll just upend a bottle of vodka over her face.
well, I mean, she's making everything mixed together for herself. So
Okay.
yeah.
No, if you're doing that, then Naomi will just grab a bottle of vodka and lie down on the sofa with her eyes closed and just gluck it like a fucking child.
Tomi looks at Nomi like she's extremely impressed by her ability to glug straight vodka.
She already drinks like she's one of us.
Let me rephrase this. She's going to try and rocks it like a boss.
Tomi
yeah.
has to stop for a moment and marvel at this.
Yeah, Violet is definitely going to make a droning out of this.
However, yeah, using a now intoxicated state, she'd be like, fucking spirits.
Fucking spirits, fucking everywhere.
She does not get it. She's just hammered at this point instead.
Fucking spirits, fucking everywhere, fucking.
Well, I mean, it's the people's fault that they didn't keep its shrine up, technically.
Oh, you were dealing with the spirit of the dead. Yeah, they can be some of the most dangerous. Like, unless you find something like, and she'll take a big swig from her glass. Unless you find something like a little mini Grim Reaper to help you, and they're not super trustworthy. Or you know a lot of spirit magic. Ooh, hey, awesome. Then, well, they're pretty dangerous because like they when they're pissed, they can fucking hurt even regular people.
Well, I mean, yeah, sure, he was pissed and he could have hurt other people, but I've seen the methods of dealing with those. Not Gunner. I mean, Corey or whatever he was trying to hurt it.
Oh god.
Turns out hugging it worked way better.
Tomi shakes her head.
I mean, some spirits just need to be loved or feel like you care about them.
Do you deal with spirits a lot? She looks over at Dakota.
Deal with them? No. But, well, there's this woman in my apartment. Well, there's one in my apartment that used to be a woman. We have tea on Thursday.
That's pretty badass. You can talk to them now?
Yeah. Or rather, I have tea, and she has... I don't know what the fuck she has, but I don't think she's actually having tea.
You have tea with spirits.
Yeah.
Now we're going for vodka in the eye.
There's one I met a while back with the help of Euthanatoy. Tomi kind of looks sad. I can't talk to her, though. I have stuff I need to tell her, but I can't talk to her.
Huh.
What's a Euthanatoy and what's the fucking issue?
Necromancer.
Oh, no. If they were just necromancers, that would be fine and dandy. They're fucking death mages. They play
They're
with
crazy
death.
motherfuckers.
They play with death. They play with fate. You know why I say it's a good thing to not go around killing people? Because those guys,
Tomi,
all of us, they're the ones most likely to flip out and turn into murder monsters. Because of all the shit they do with death.
She's laughing a little bit, but she looks kind of sad at the discussion of Euthanatoy. Yeah, they're crazy.
Good allies, though. I mean, if you're in need of someone who can stab stuff, or fight stuff, or just knock the odds in your favor, they're the people you go to.
Right. Worship death, tea with spirits.
They don't worship death so much as they worship the circle of life, I think. At least that's the feeling I get from talking to the one that I knew.
And
Tomi nods. They push the wheel, is what they always said. It all spokes birth, life, death. It's all equally, like, holy to them.
sounds deep.
And a little
It is
pretentious.
It's and also pretentious, yes. The best of them are pretentious assholes. With some sacred duty entrusted to them by the circle of life.
Holding Simba up so all the animals can see, yeah?
Yeah.
Tomi kind of bites her lip a little. She looks like she actually looks pretty emotional, but she's holding it all in. Yeah.
I'm gonna perception. Actually, no. I'm gonna let the dog out.
I'm gonna Peony.
Go for it.
That's cool. For the loving sympathy of man. Oh wait, she's probably rolled. Yeah.
Tell me, you know the look that somebody gets when you're like at a funeral when you're talking about how much you like really liked the person that was dead and you're trying to comfort somebody that was like really close to them.
Yeah.
That's the look she has on her face.
Well, they believe in the circle of life. They know all this shit. Then it all comes around again.
Yeah.
Love and sympathy from Naya.
They're creepy motherfuckers, but most of them are good people.
Sounds like half people I meet in bars.
No one, honey, no one you meet in a bar is a good person. Less than fucking one.
She kind of shrugs. I guess so, but generally the ones I encounter are nice.
Well, got a free bottle of vodka out of this bitch, so top 10%. However, you then also talked about a load of weird magic shit. Let's say you're even right now.
It is weird magic shit, but it's pretty cool. As long as you're not stupid with it, it's a pretty big boon. You not to be like, oh, you're more special than everybody, but it's a cool deal. And it's also dangerous.
Yeah, I think we kind of understand that.
And
All I've been able to do is just see weird glowy people. So far, I don't know.
seeing is the first step to being able to change things. There are those among us who can conjure storms out of thin air. And there are those among us who always know when shady shit is going on.
Now, probably, yeah.
Well, you are on one of the top floors. Magic with a group of strangers who all seem to know each other even though they've never met before. So, she shrugs. This happens a lot, actually.
Awesome. Another big swig. And
Yeah.
just going to just try and activate Spirit Side again because I kind of want to be kind of horrified by this all.
Oh boy, spirits in the Woolworth building. Okay, spirit sight. The first thing that you will see Ania's aura, which she's a mage, yay. Her aura is very, very sparkly. It kind of comes out in like bursts of color more than like solid auras. I'll let Heather describe Dakota's when she comes back, but you remember the werewolf, the glowy sort of natural thing that she described to me about her just a little bit.
Yeah.
Tomi's aura is perfectly human. She doesn't look like a mage in her aura.
Okay.
And as for the Woolworth building, all of the items that you see hanging about, they all have little spirits in them, little sort of vaguely wispy manifestations that look like they're sleeping in them. However, many of the plants seem quite awake and quite active. Some of them even turn to look at you when you activate your spirit sight.
Naomi turns and looks at one of the spirits. It's just like at one of the plant spirits looking at her. Looks at the bottle of vodka. Then it's like some, I'm assuming, she'd heard of. Like,
Looking at the bottle of vodka, there is also a thing sleeping right in the center of it. And you're drinking it.
she drops it.
Oh shit.
What the
Toby's
fuck?
going to go grab some paper towels.
Are you okay?
There's something in the fucking bottle.
What?
Fucking everywhere.
All
Why
of
do
us.
you look like a My Little Pony?
What?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. What are you looking at? And she starts like wiping the vodka off the ground, picks the bottle back up, puts the cap on it.
You're also glowy. You don't glitter. That's okay. Okay.
The
Closes her
minute.
eyes, starts and takes a few deep breaths. And opens her eyes, having quite unconsciously deactivated spirit sight.
Yeah, the minute she says she sees thing, that's Violet turns to to activate spirit sight. So yeah, she probably sees. So yeah, she's going to look at the bottle because she says apparently there's something in it.
There's A little booze spirit all curled up in there sleeping.
Aww, he looks so cute.
It's now kind
Snores
of time.
quietly, little bubbles. Occasionally it hiccups.
Yeah,
But
she's going
he
to
looks back
put
at the
back.
bottle and like kind of closes one eye, like picks it up, probably casually elbowing Tommy out the way, and sort of one eye closed, kind of holding it quite close to her face, back and forth. What was
You saw something in the bottle. What did it look like?
it? It was like a little thing. It was bubbling. There was the things in the plants, the things in the lights.
Oh, remember how she said everything has a spirit?
Right.
That's probably what you were looking at.
Oh, you meant like a real thing,
Well,
not like I talked to mighty spirit of thing, and it answers in a completely. There's oh, right.
Yeah, you get good enough at spirit, you can sit and have a conversation with the spirit you're drinking. Isn't that weird?
and actually, in one of the corner, Violet is starting to have a conversation with one of the plants.
The plant spirit seems very friendly and very happy. It's clearly well taken care of.
Uh, she's going to pat the plant.
It will rustle its leaves as if it's purring.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's in heaven.
Fucking hell. Fuck. 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 This is. What's the fucking off switch? How do I fucking.
Tommy grins. Well, usually you use like an item or something to focus your magic to turn it on. Turning it off is generally kind of alright. What I do is I usually like picture like a light switch and then just like flick it off and then open your eyes again.
Hmm. The spirit sight. In fact, actually. Yeah, that. Won't quite work for Naomi. Until she kind of really tries it and it doesn't work. And then she really starts thinking about like the details of the light switch, and kind of embraces a level of mundanity, and spirit sight kind of fades.
It takes a while to find out what works for you in all those situations because everybody's different. But once you kind of get the hang of it, it's easier to turn things on and off.
Right. But I'm stuck on the weird train, right? There's no like, I wake up tomorrow and this is all non-existent.
Nah, you're kind of stuck with it.
Great.
Mm.
Fucking ace.
Hey, it's fun once you get the hang of it.
Right. Hmm. Hmm. If you say so. You're the one with the fucking skyscraper.
The cool thing about staying with the free spirits is nobody can really tell you how things work. You can kind of discover for yourself how they work for you. It makes you guys really, really unique. It makes the hollow ones really unique too, all in our sort of way. It also sometimes makes it harder to work with certain people, or easier to work with others.
It sort of depends on how you figure out for yourself how things work. You don't have someone shaping your view of how the world works from, the time before you awaken until you do, if you do.
Mm.
Hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
the upside to joining with the tradition is it's not just allies, it's the sheer manpower some of us have. Like,
Hmm.
even we, with our lack of organization, we still have our safe havens where we can safely practice magic and safely sleep and not have to worry about too much. And we have people seeking enlightenment, but not necessarily awake. And they kind of handle the more mundane stuff. Let the rest of us focus on. Let the rest of us focus on magic or chasing the dragon or whatever.
You have like a shelter.
Yeah, in a sense.
Where?
We are in Brooklyn.
Cool.
There are a couple shelters all over New York. There's the Hermetic one, which I imagine Violet's already been to. There's the Amahara, owned by like several friends of mine, if you can track them down.
Uh,
There's.
you
She
mean
thinks for a minute.
the one with Jade and that weird guy that never say his name?
Yeah, you gotta ask them about their place, though. There's. She gestures to the Woolworth building. There's this. There's the library.
Oh.
Kind of a pick your poison type deal. You want to hang with the spirit nerds, you want to hang with the. I don't know how to describe the Amahara. The crazy ones, maybe? No, that's probably us.
Nah, like, weren't there those people who were, like, the problem solvers? Shit went down and they were on top of it.
Oh, yeah, yeah. They saved my ass more times than I can count. Nothing but love for those nerds.
Hmm. Right.
But yeah, no. Bay Ridge in Brooklyn down near Fort Hamilton and Sunset Park. That's where we are.
Okay. Might come find you if the roof leaks again. It is. Yeah. Being warm will be novel. But
Tell me.
Also
Sort of
not
looks
big on
at her.
rules. Like, she
You have
is
a place
wearing
of
a
your
freaking...
own?
Pardon?
You don't have a place of your own?
No.
Tell me. She sort of nods,
Which...
kind of solemnly, like she understands that situation perfectly. Mm.
Yeah. And I mean, Naomi is wearing incredibly battered clothing. Really. Relatively self-repaired.
Well,
So, yeah, it
suppose
looks relatively believable.
most of us here in the tower don't really have a place to return to either. So I couldn't live with myself if I let one of us live out on the streets, if they didn't want to.
Hmm. There's worse choices, I think. I know. I think. But,
Hmm.
yeah, no. Although, do you have a bathtub?
There are several guest rooms. They all have bathtubs. You can pick one if you want.
That sounds awesome. Use a bath. Probably quite a lot. Naomi turns to Violet. Where are you at the moment?
Uh, well, I crashed at the university in the dorm.
Ah, you're a student.
Yeah, I'm student in liberal arts.
What university? Not Fordham.
Out of character, I have no fucking clue.
If it's not in the Bronx, it's not Fordham.
Yeah, it's not for them.
Okay, good, kids.
Let me guess. There's some spooky shenanigans, and I can't go there in the Bronx either.
I wouldn't say you can't go there, just, like, don't go waving your big magical dick around there.
Well, thankfully I only have boobs.
Yeah, thankfully you only have boobs.
But you know, with some life magic. Toby like bursts out laughing.
You totally did not start something in her mind.
Yeah, with enough life magic, anybody can have a penis.
Or several.
Or tentacles.
You know, whatever your heart desires.
Naomi
Yeah.
is desperately drinking again.
Yeah, Violet in her mind, it is like, I have seen enough animes to know where this is going.
Good to know that you're not just magical freaks then. Fuck me. No, fucking don't.
No, we're
Fuck you.
magical freaks and perverts. Welcome to the club.
Oh yeah, who says you have to be a pervert to enjoy interesting sex? Like, really, we're not... Like, we're not bound by the limits of normal human beings anymore, so like when that's the case, after a while, well, I mean, if you're just fucking a guy, you might as well be doing it missionary. Some people are into whips and chains, and apparently some people are into werewolves. She shrugs.
Toby's like covering her mouth. She's trying to behave a little bit, but she's snickering.
Yeah, Violet is definitely in 50 Shades of Red area.
Yeah. Naomi's kind of in a meh, maybe.
So, are we having a slumber party here?
Can't speak for you all, but I'm having a bath.
Yeah, if you want to come pick out some rooms, I'll give you some keys, and you're totally welcome to stay.
Awesome. Slumber party in the Woolworth building.
Good old-fashioned hollower hospitality.
Yeah.
No-
Hey, you know what?
Naomi will not want to stay, but will almost definitely fall asleep in the bath. Because
with a bottle.
she is, like 3/4 of a bottle of vodka down, and a fair amount of weed. She is off her goddamn face.
Yeah, probably at some point during, I guess, the quote-unquote slumber party, if Violet doesn't see her coming back, she will probably just go see her and then go, okay.
They'll be like bubbles. She'll have got a fucking pound on the bubbles.
Oh yeah, there's some like crazy expensive soap. Like this isn't a hotel. This is like whatever your little heart's desires. Like it's all scented. There are like those bath bombs. Those are there.
Yeah. She is going to like set that bath up well because she hasn't had a good bath in like 2 years. So
Yeah, bath is wonderful.
she is throwing everything in that fucking bath.
Oh God, now you're making me remember a French movie with the time travelers who put everything in the bathtub.
Tommy will she'll lead all of them back to the elevator, down a couple floors to all the guest rooms. And once they find rooms that they like, she will hand them the relevant keys. And there is a buzzer in each of the rooms in the living space. Big red button, you can't miss it. Basically, it sends you a message directly to my room. The elevator requires some passwords, and only members, like actual members of this chantry, know the password. But just buzz me if you need anything, and I'll take you to wherever you need to go.
All right. Awesome. Thanks.
Cool. I'll
Thanks.
buzz you in like an hour or so.
Shakes her head. Yeah, mi casa is su casa. And all of the guest rooms are obscenely fancy, expensive-looking hotel rooms. You know, there's like a kitchen, there is a bathroom, there is like a big bed, there is a little living room area, there's a TV.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for her part, Violet is going to follow the ecstatic lady in her room because she wants to talk more about ecstatic stuff.
Dakota will check into her room and see Violet. Oh, you wanted to talk more?
She nods.
All right, we can talk a little more, and then one of us is gonna have to pass out. Probably me, because I put way more tequila in this than I thought I did.
Sure, no problem. And I guess with that, we can call it a scene for this very long and interesting series of conversation about how mage basically fuck up your life. Thank you, players, for playing, watchers for watching, and we will see you next time in Violet and Naomi's wonderful new fucked up life.